Well, we're out fishing at long last. It has been a long time. The last time I went fishing was the 15th of September, and today is the 12th of October. So it's been virtually a month, give or take a couple of days. So we can haggle about that. So yeah, why is that? Why is that? Well, lots of things I'll tell you later on. But yeah, we are here. We're fishing the River Humber. I've got some worm. I've got 3 rods. I shall show you all that in a bit. And it's cut for the intro. I remembered it, didn't I? 30 days off, and I remembered cut for the intro. Think about where the sun is, that's what I say. Well, what's been going on? Well, I haven't fished the last 30 days. We're just waiting for the tide to come in a minute. I'll show you that in a minute. Wife was ill, so I was still going to work. Wife was ill. Everyone was asking how Karen is. That jars me off because I'm not you know, I'm not interested in sort of like little tiny chitty chatty stuff. But you answered, didn't you? And anyhow, that's by the by. The wife was ill. She was ill for a week. And I said to her, categorically said to her, you're not better. Do not go back to work. I've got to get a sick note. Well, get a sick note. You know, it'll just get emailed through. She went back to work. I think she did 3 days, whatever it was. She did the next week. Wednesday night, went and got a pizza from Morrison's. Got 1 each. And we shared them for once. That's the thing, we shared them. I had 1 piece of hers and it was horrible. Didn't like it. And I didn't eat it. I ate that 1 piece and that was it. She said, do you want some more? Nah. Matter of fact, you can throw it in the bin. And in the early hours of the morning, she was throwing up. And by 6 o'clock, I was getting ready for work. And I was on the toilet. Through an eye of a needle I was. All morning, and felt rough for 2 days. We thought we had food poisoning. Picked up a dodgy pizza. We cooked it right and everything. It was only cheese and salami. You know, there's bloody flies everywhere here. So that's the disgusting bit done. She then got a cough and she was ill in bed, absolutely comatose. I sent her to because whoever's ill in our house gets sent to the bedroom. So she was in the bedroom. Every time she come downstairs in the front room, it's winding me up because I don't do ill people. Because they're just like that, aren't they? They're like, so get yourself off and get in bed where it's better for you. So anyhow, she was ill all week. And I developed, so I had the raging trots on Thursday, Friday. Saturday, I developed earache. Now I've had earache now for something like 12 days. I've got antibiotics. I found some in my cupboard, so I've been taking them, and it seems as though it's getting better, but it still sounds as though I'm listening underwater. It's so I can only hear properly out of this air, and people keep creeping up on me, and I'm like this, startled, and Karen keeps doing it when she comes in the front room. And that's been it. And that has taken 28 days before I've gone fishing again. So it's unreal. It's been like a month. In that time period, I've bought another rod as well. Karen's better now. She's back at work. It was flu or the cough. I don't know. It's one or the other. They're both the same. You can croak it from both, can't you? It's you don't test for it anymore. So still see people testing and putting their face with the stuff up on Facebook. I don't understand it really. But yeah, so I didn't get it again, unless this earache is part of it. I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so. But for 5 days, this was red hot. My neck ached. My teeth ached, my ear ached, my ear still hurts now, and it's not good. It's not good. But that's that. So that's why I haven't been fishing. I bought another rod. Let me just quickly show you this. Today, we'll just go through the rods first. Today, we're fishing with the Verns Cobra KW. It is a Verns Oxygen is the type, and it's a Cobra KW. We've also got on here, we've got the sniper rod out, already set up, rigs on, just waiting for the bait to go on. And then I bought a rod the other day. Cost me £150. £150. There's one thing wrong with it. That's the shrink tube. I'm going to change that for Japanese. But it is a TF5050 Ziplex. Now, Mr. John Spalton's mates, that was his rod. It is the olive green type rod, but there's this one blemish here, look. I don't know if you can see that on there. There was some insulation tape on that, and I can only assume that someone had varnished this and they've put the tape on and it's took the varnish off. So I'm gonna, this butt section, I'm just gonna give it a light rub down, and then I'm gonna Bondo seal it, and hopefully it'll just hide that enough. I ain't fussed. I don't want a rod that's absolutely mint and perfect. I've got them, I've done them myself, and they're holding up pretty good. So there's no need for me to have that. I just want a rod that I can use now. This is a fixed spool rod. As you can see, I've got a fixed spool on it. It is rung for fixed spool. I think this belonged to a chap on the Skegness scene, the Skegness fishing matches, called Dave, I think. And I'm told that he's suffering from COPD, I believe it is. So I hope it don't get too bad, mate. I've bought your rod. I paid the money that you wanted. I'm chuffed to bits with it. Thank you very much for not pricing it too much. I appreciate that. And long may this rod last. I may keep the red shrink tube on, but there's 2 chips out of it. So that may get replaced for black shrink tube. I prefer that. And winter time when it's cold and your hands are wet, you got more grip on it. So I may do that. But the rod itself, I am not changing. I'm not changing the whippings. It may get a bit of Scotch pad rubbed over it, and it may get Bondo sealed. But it is rung for fixed spool. And when I was told about it, I was well, in the multiply. Don't want it. Nah, I ain't buying it. And then the next day, Wayne messaged me and said, do you know about this? And I thought, hang on a minute, that's fixed spool, isn't it? I get fed up using the same rods. You know, I really do. And it's nice to have a change. So I thought, what an ideal rod to buy and purchase and use for the river. So that's what I'm doing. You know, I don't mind buying Ziplexes as long as they're under 200 quid. And the more under, the better. So if one comes up and I've got the money because I saved my money, then I shall buy it. Because in time, even if it gains 50 quid extra in value, when I'm dead and gone, if Tom doesn't use them and the kids sell them, I'm going to write all what they should really be sold for in a book, so that when I'm dead and gone, they can actually get the money and not say, oh, do you want these rods? Yeah, give us 100 quid for all of them. Because they'll just lose out, won't they? So you could say it's an investment, but what a stupid thing to say, an investment on a fishing rod that's a Ziplex. But then they don't make them anymore, do they? That is original sticker, everything as far as I'm aware. Original whippings, I presume. He might have had a new eye, but they've still got the BNHG eyes on as well. So, and they're big eyes. You know, that top one must be 14, 15 mil. The top eye, 12 mil, whatever. It's big. Well, it might even be 16 actually, because it's the same size as my Vercellis, and my Vercellis are 16. So it's ideal, perfect for the river. Gives me a make a change for me as well. So I just need another rod to go with it now, don't I, for the river. So watch this space, you never know. I'll never say I won't buy them. I keep saying I won't buy any more rods, and if one comes up at the right price and I've got some spare cash, I buy it. But my go-to rods, these flies are terrible, but I'm cooping. My go-to rods, my favourite rods, are the Kenzakis, and 95% of the time I go on the beach, I've got them with me. Cracking rods, you know, I can't fault them. But I do love a Ziplex, and up to now, everyone I've casted is totally different. So it'll be interesting to see what this one's like. I'm going to chuck that one out far. There's not much tide movement, but there will be later on. So I shall launch that one out as far as I can. But it's a fixed bill, and with my girly finger, it don't seem to hold on to the line properly. And before you say a casting cannon, you can't feel what it's doing, so I'm not too sure about using it. So I'll just cast as far as I can. Always cast further with a multiplier, and not for the fact that it's a multiplier compared to a fixed wheel. It's just that, me personally, once you lock your thumb over the cricket bat rubber, over the spool, it's not going anywhere. You know, I've never had a slip unless my whole hands have been wet and everything and I'm tired. Whereas holding onto the line on a fixed spool, it often pings off my finger because I feel it load up, and there's so much tension on it, just comes off my finger. This is where we're at the minute. Tide is coming in. From the last clip of the river, you'll see it's coming in. It's at that corner. I could go down there and chuck one out now, but I am not pulling a fish over the mud. Secondly, how do I return a fish? Yes, I can walk down there and walk on all them rocks, but that ain't good for my hip, so I can't do that. A lot of people fish over there, fish early, but I can't because of my hip. So I will not cast out until that water hits that seaweed down there, because even though it's shallow, you can get a fish returned in it if you happen to pull a fish out on the first cast within minutes. It has been known to happen. Right, last thing, because this is quite long now, and it's at the beginning of the video and there's no fishing, so I'll probably wreck the video already, put too much yapping. Oh, shit! Oh! Rubber boots aren't hard on your toe, are they? Oh, there's no steelies either, and I've just kicked a gret stone. Oh, my big toe. Anyhow, oh, that was like stubbing your foot. Right, what was I going to say? I can't remember. It'll come back to me. I'll go now. Next time you see me, I'll be casting out. Hopefully. Unless I get bored and I want to chat to you again. Yeah, I can't remember. See you in a bit. Right, let's get this sniper rod chucked out. Well, I've been there already. You've already seen me fish here once. But yes, it's nice to be back. But I don't want to do what I did last year, unless I hit the cod, you know. If you're catching, then I suppose you need to. If you're catching, you need to fish here, don't you? But I don't want it to get like last year. Unless I'm catching constantly, you know, you never know, do you? So that's the first one out. This is session 10, number blank. Will it be session 10? If I think I'm probably on a world record for me now anyhow. But you got to think that 10 sessions on the trot blanking, if it happens today, you got to think that that's a new world record for me, personal best. And I'll put that up there with my cod videos where it was personal best all the way. But we're not here to blank, are we? We are here to catch a fish. That's the thing. So we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Like I say, hopefully we'll catch. Hopefully we'll catch. I've been falling asleep on my box. Yeah. Nearly fell off twice. That's what woke me up. I was nearly off the side to the side. And it's got a little bit chillier. A little bit of wind, not too much, but there's a tiny piece of wind now where there was nothing before. That's the weather. It changes. It comes and goes. Today it's here. Tomorrow it could be, I don't know. Could be the other side of Germany, couldn't it? Moves around the planet a bit. Have I got a rant in me today? I don't think I have. I know for those that want to hear a rant, they're still there, believe you me, they're still there. There's so many things I could rant about, but I've had strict instructions that I will lose the channel. So leave it to your own imagination what those rants are about. But yeah. So I've got to be a good boy at times, because we can't have me losing my channel, because the whole idea of the channel was so when I'm dead and gone, the kids can still see it as a stick in the water. I wonder what it was then. Anyhow, the first one's out, sniper rod is out. We've got a pen spin fisher 5,500 long cast. It's a little tiny reel. It's quite nice, really. You wouldn't believe that some of these reels are like 2 or 3 years old, would you? That ain't, but these ones are. I was looking at them and thinking, do you know what, they're in quite good nick, really. So, but yeah. Next cast will be the Vercelli. I shall get that baited up, cast it out when the water's hit the weed. Cast it down there, and then the next one I shall cast up top. I want to see how it casts, I want to feel it. I'm going to do off the ground. Looking forward to it. Probably will go wrong, probably hurt my finger. I'm the only person here, but I got here early today. Don't always. Time is 15:42, so hopefully the wife will phone up in a minute. It's Thursday the 12th of October. Like I say, I haven't fished for 28 days. Through illness and looking after, well, I was looking after the wife first, and then I was ill myself. And my ear is still, I've still got cotton wool in it now, or tissue. It's bloody sore as anything. But hopefully it'll get better. Keep taking the tablets, that's what I say. Right. Well, I'm going to get this Vercelli rod baited up. I'm fishing flappers because I don't really want a blank. I mean, it would be quite an achievement if I blanked again. So that'd be 10 on the trot. Just goes to show, doesn't it, that for some, that think that you catch all the time and it's all put up. It's a load of rubbish, isn't it? Every video I fish is put up in order, and you can only catch what's out there, and if there's plenty of fish out there and you got the right bait, you're gonna catch a fish, aren't you? So, but yeah, I've been on a bit of a blanky run. Has it bothered me? Not really. Am I ready to catch a fish? Well, I haven't been fishing for 28 days, so that urge to catch a fish is probably gone again. But prior to me not going fishing, I was ready to catch a fish. So I would say after about an hour or two's fishing, if I haven't caught, I'll be thinking, oh, come on. I'll see you when I chuck out my Facelli. See you in a bit. Well, let's open the next cast. Let's open the next cast. I'll let go at the right time. It's been 30 days, hasn't it? Things are going to go wrong, and I can't remember last time. Well, I'm always using a fixed spool with a well, I used a fixed spool. No, I didn't use a fixed spool. I used a fixed spool in well, I'm always using a fixed spool on the sniper rod. I got there in the end, didn't I? Bloody hell. Yeah, what I want to say, where'd that come from? Mouth ain't working. What I wanted to say was the Walney Island video, which was last week, and last night's video, because it's Thursday today, which was mullet fishing in that estuary. Well, my take on mullet fishing. I really enjoyed myself mullet fishing, and I really did enjoy it. It was like a breath of fresh air, doing something totally different. And I'd watched loads of videos on it, how to do it, as you do. And then I just had a go, and all my mistakes, people giving me advice, it's all great because you learn from it. But I like doing it myself and learning my way, which is probably the wrong way if you want to be catching a fish. But that is a hard spot to catch fish. I should have done it with maggots really, and I think I would have probably caught on that third session. Look at this. All them swans, can you see them? They were just in the water. See them? 3, 6, 7 of them. They dog mutt. They need to swim towards that Humber bridge, because there's a wildlife pond, like waterfowl pond, you know, down there. Be good for them, wouldn't it? I think that rod has been whipped, and they ain't done a fantastic job with the eyes, but it cast that alright. It didn't snap off. There's no problems. Not saying the eyes aren't straight, but I think somebody's done something. I don't think it's as the factory was, and then that would explain why someone's varnished over the blank, and then with that tape going on it, it's yeah, with the tape going on it and being took off, it's took the varnish off. Now that went pretty good. You got to remember, I'm stood up there and not on there. It was a flapper rig. So from where I'm casting to the shoreline, if that was the sandy beach and you walk down to it, you're probably talking 10, 20, 30 yards. So you could add another 30 yards onto that out in the water. That's out plenty far enough for me to catch a fish. I shall probably go to the corner next time and cast that way. Drop my sniper rod out directly in front of me and cast the Vercelli out further in front of me. I've gone to the left there a bit because obviously, you won't believe it, there's a bloody sea lion in the water. Right where I casted that rod is a sea lion. Well, a seal, sorry, there isn't a sea lion. Literally there. I'm not going to say Tom zoom in because the bugger don't zoom in. I reckon he's there chuckling away to himself. Yeah. So yeah, we've got a seal just where I casted. So that rod probably went out 70 yards, 70 meters with the two at flapper. 80, 90, probably 95 to 100 if I was down on the shore. Well, from up there it's gone out 80, 90, 95 meters. It's just that it's from the shoreline to the out there where it landed. It's about 70, probably 75. The Vercelli ain't out much further, and the sniper rods, well, oh, I've got a bite. Sniper rod is probably about 25 to 30 yards in that direction. So it is a cracking day. The sun has come out a bit now. So the left hand rod is the Ziplex TF5050. Now that's quite a stiff rod, but I like it. But the best rod that I've liked up to now, my favourite for the Ziplexes, is the LM. And even though there are some chancing their arms with an LM at 250 quid, you can still pick an LM up for 90 quid upwards to 120. And if you ever want to dabble into a Ziplex, that's a good starting point. There's nothing wrong with them rods. If you can get one that's been done up, even better. If not, try and do it up yourself, you know. Watch some videos, get an old rod, practice on an old rod until you're confident for doing everything you need to do a Ziplex up, and get a 2500 LM. They feel terrible when you cast them as an overhead thump. They feel terrible. It's like you've finished the cast and the rod is catching you up. You cast it off the ground and it's a totally different beast. It's an absolute fantastic rod in my opinion. This TF5050, you can tell that's a lot stiffer on that cast. Now it is a fixed spill rod. I'm going to have to fathom something out for the fixed spill, but my finger held on to that then. It might just be a case, because as soon as the fixed spill's out, you ask Alan. Soon as and that's Alan's Castaways. Go check his channel out. He's on Facebook as well as Bend and Send 'em, Go Get 'em. So yeah, when I get the fixed bills on and it's winter and cold, I end up thumping out the rods all winter, and it don't do me any favours. I will admit it don't do me any favours, but sometimes it's too cold to even worry, and my hip, so on, you know, it's just the way it is. But it don't do any favours. So if I keep doing the off the ground cast occasionally with a fixed bill, it'll start to grow on me, won't it? You never know, I might get some muscles in these fingers of mine there. Go check out Brett's Fishing Diaries as well. He's at 800 subscribers last time I looked, which was at the weekend, so he might be up a few more now. But yeah, go check out Brett's Fishing Diaries. Go give him a subscribe if you like him. If you don't like him, subscribe anyhow. It's all free, don't cost a penny. You don't have to like him to subscribe to him. Same goes for me, and same goes for Alan's Castaways. And remember, every time you a new person, oh my hip, every time a new person subscribes to one of these channels, especially mine, you convert a woke person into a normal person. Exactly. So it's a win-win situation, isn't it? Win-win, I say. I think I might catch today. I came off my old days from the Lake District, and the next video you'll see is me fishing here with Keith and Alfie, and I blanked. And I seriously came here because I thought I'm going to pull a flounder out, and that'll get rid of the blanks, but I didn't. I blanked. So let's hope this time we're here. We'll pull out a little flounder, dab. I wouldn't even mind an eel. I could do without having to get a bite yet, because I would like this water to come up to this mud in front of this weed. I think there's a dead fish down there in the water. It's white or silvery. I've seen it come in. The water was hitting it over the mud till it's got there. And I think it's a small fish. Probably somebody was fishing the other night and it's just floated down or whatever, I don't know. Now I have got a Ziplex at which I'm now starting to do up. I won't get it finished this year, and it's a fixed bill LM, and I now don't know whether to do it up as a fixed bill so that I've got two Ziplexes I can use down on the river as a fixed bill rod, or do it up and redo the rings for a multiplier, so I've got two for multipliers. I'm going to have to think about it. I do not want to do it up as a fixed bill and then go buy another one for a multiplier. Unless it's 70, 80 quid. Then I'll buy it. But yeah, I don't want too many. I just want another M4 really to go with my... I've got an M4 Evo, which was a tournament casting rod. And all the eyes are stuck on with butcher's tape. And I would just like to get another... sun's out now, it's lovely. I would like to get another M4 so I can fish two M4s together. But I don't want another Evo, because there's an Evo down in Yarmouth at the minute. And looks ever so nice, but I just don't want another Evo. I want a different one. Either the M4 GT or M4 GT High Flex. Which there was one up in the Lake District, but it's disappeared now. And it was mint. It'd be nice to get a rod that I ain't got to do anything to as well. And yeah, it's enough of my ramblings. We've talked about YouTube, my thumbs ups and stuff, haven't we? And thanks for all the subscribers and stuff. I've mentioned Brett, and don't forget Casters Fishing's Wales. Look, that chap there. Yeah, and we got this one. The purple peril that is Lloydie. He does carp fishing. Someone has to, doesn't they? But it does lives mostly. You can just go on there, watch it, have a cup of tea at night when the mist's gone to bed, have a bit of a chit chat. It's all good. Lloydie's Just Fishing UK. I always forget the just. I was going to say Lloydie's Fishing UK, but it ain't. It's Lloydie's Fishing Just Fishing UK. Got a mouthful in it. I'm not going to say anything else. Could have said something about a bishop and a chorus skull, couldn't I, or something. But I'm not going to, because that'd be rude, wouldn't it? Just had a slight tap on that rod, but that could be a mattress or a blanket going past, couldn't it? But there. I'm not used to this different rods in the rod rest. I mean, that's not good. It all started when I got the sniper rod, because I was putting the sniper rod and looking at the 2 Vercellis and thinking, it's not right. But I got used to it, and now I've got that in there. I could do that Ziplex as a, couldn't I, as a fixed bill, I suppose. I'm going to have a serious think about that. I'll have a chat with Alan as well. By the time this come out, Alan will say, oh, bloody hell, did he have a chat with me? Look at that, look at that, look at that. Here's the sun. Not bad. Make a nice thumbnail, that, wouldn't it? Right, I'm going to reel this sniper rod in. It was the first one I casted out. It'll tell me if there's any big boot coming. I can see a boot coming from there's a big boot coming. I can see it coming round the corner with a great big bit on. We'll see it come past us probably, unless it docks down that way. I'm going to reel this in first. It's the first rod I casted out, so be able to see if there's any crabs out there. Well, it's a bloody good job I've reeled that in. There's nothing on the hooks. Probably been out longer than it should have been, but only to allow me to get these 2 rods out, and then I wanted to have a sit down. I do like these fixed bill reels, they're really nice, but they're nothing like a multiply for me. And it's, for me, it's not even the action. I don't know if I'm in, am I in shot? Let's have a look at the back, and then that'll tell me, won't it? Yeah, of course I'm in shot. At least chiselled looks, eh? These worms are perfectly all right, Mike. They're spot on. They ain't gone slimy or anything. I am, well, I'll talk about that in a minute. Oh, I've got shitloads to talk about, me. Never know when to stop, really. Wash them fingers, dry them hands. That's what I say. Right, I ain't going to chuck this one out very... Just going to do a short cast this time. Probably too far. So yeah, Mike went fishing. That'll be Mike at Case to Tackle. Buy all your leads, fishing equipment, lines, rods, Achios rods, 6 and bait. And he might have a couple of dios as well. He might be gone by now. But yeah, he went fishing last Friday and blanked again on the Holderness coast, and brought his worms and kept changing the paper for me, and I went and picked them up today, so got some free worms. Thank you very much, Mike, it's much appreciated. And they're totally all right as well. They're firm, really firm, so they're probably needing a bit of a drink before they pop, I don't know, but they're going on the hooks all right. Got a helicopter out there, look. That beautiful blue sky. Don't know if you can pick the helicopter out. Yeah, that boat is docking over on Hull side. He's now turning around. He might come past us. Yeah, he ain't. He's going down the river. What a beautiful sky, look at that. And then we've got the business end, where the not a lot's happening, is it? God bless. It's weird, this river today. Look, can you see how it's like? It's a mill pond. Let's be honest. It's flat calm. But the tide is coming in so slow. I think it's a 5.9 tide. Could be even bigger. I'm not sure. Because I've got no internet. I don't know if I've mentioned that. But my iPhone has totally collapsed. I've got no Instagram. I can see the front page, but as soon as you go into anything, it's just blank. I've got no Instagram, and everything's like that. I've got no Instagram, no YouTube, no Facebook. Not that I do much on there. I can't see my YouTube studio. I can't send pictures. So Karen phoned up Vodafone last night, and they are sending me a new SIM card. Hopefully that'll sort it out. Where's the helicopter now? Oh, it's there. It's behind me. It sounds like it's over there, ricocheting. I thought that was a helicopter that take people out to the rigs, but I don't know that there's any rigs out there. Probably them propellers that are in the water, innit? So yeah, so hopefully my card will come tomorrow, my SIM card, and we can put that in however you put it in. And hopefully it'll all be all right and all be done. But the water is flat calm. There's no rip. There's no tide rushing. It's just coming up. It's like really weird. There's no run. So I can possibly see that this could be another bloody blank. Because normally it's barreling in. But not today. There's no wind. We had a little bit of a blow earlier on. And I mean like this. Like that. But it was better than what it is now. Nothing. The flies are gone, that's one good thing. We've got some grey clouds coming here, but it doesn't forecast rain, and I've got my wet weather gear in here, so gonna keep watching these rods. I want to sit down for a minute and then we're going to bring a Vassellian. Right, I've just had a bite on the sniper rod and it went again, so I'm going to bring it in and have a look. We might not make 10 blanks on the trot. I kid you not, that was a huge bite and I've got a fish finger. Let's get it unhooked. I don't know what it is. It's probably a whiting. Go get them fish in the water. I'm checking. It's a whiting. There you go. There you go. And I'll take that. So it's not a blank. one little whiting. Looks lovely little fish. So let's get that back. Put it in the water because I can't get up. I'm like an old crap. And yes, I'm getting my hip sorted. Ah, you bastard. Swimming around in that bucket. Sorry about that language. Foul-mouthed to me it is. Foul-mouthed. Well, can't believe it. Fish. I'll take that all day. And it's the first time I've caught a whiting here as well. So, another personal best. Them worms worked, mate, them worms worked. Right, I can get that little fish in now. Gonna have to try and roll my sleeve up. He's a little tiny thing, it might be hard to catch. Right, let's hope he's not a floater and that he's a winner. This bloody mud, don't like it. He's a winner! Chicken dinner! He's gone, he's gone. Bloody brilliant. Isn't that nice? He's given me enjoyment. That little whiting's given me some enjoyment of a catch. And no more blanks for me. That's a shame, isn't it? I'm gutted really, because 10 would have been an easy number to remember. So I'm going to have to try and remember 9. 9 blanks on the trot. Sometimes it's rotten luck, isn't it? I'm chuffed with that. See if there's a flounder out there, shall we? On lugworm. Mike the lugworm works. Brilliant. Let's get this on there, we'll get baited up again. Put it there. The helicopter's still buzzing about. Like using worms, you know, they are pretty things in a roundabout way, I suppose. These worms, they've still got the gills out. Mike said that they were going glossy and they weren't looking good, but I looked at them and I thought, bloody hell, I've bought worms worse than that. Literally bought worms worse than that. And yeah, chuffed to bits. Whatever worms I've got left here, when I chuck them in that water, they will survive. And hopefully, they either become food for the ecosystem, or they'll burrow down in the mud once they've got some water in them. I've got a log down there now, doing my head in. So, we'll cast in the same place again, shall we? too far. I should have. Should have cast it to the left of that log, just in case that log don't do what I want it to do, and that's bugger off. Yeah, so yeah, 9 blanks on the trot are gone. We caught ourselves a miniature whiting, and I'm chuffed to bits about it. I weren't fussed. I've had 28 days off. All that wanting to catch business, where I was saying I wasn't bothered that I was blanking. I was just ready to catch. Blanking for my videos, I ain't fussed, you know. People watch for the fish, people watch for me having a natter, people watch for me ranting. Right, I better get this Vercelli in then, ain't I? Because I was then going to reel it in, and that went. So let's get it reeled in now. Because it's all go, this is. It's all go. Well, still got a bit of bait on one of the hooks, so it was still fishing. That's the main thing. We'll get this baited up and chucked out. Probably not chuck it out far. Probably not chuck it out far at all. See in a bit when I've baited this up. I cast it from here. Over that line and out. That's good enough. When you got worms on, delicate bait. Don't want to be hossing that out. There you have it. Rod in, rod rest. Drag is set, and I've literally got my sniper rod is down there, and the Vercelli is over there. So it's to the left. It's to the left of my sniper rod. Next rod I'm going to bring in, I'm going to have a sit down for a minute, and then I'm going to bring in the TF5050, which stands for tournament fishing. 50-50, they're equal lengths. And the blank is like 24.7, 25 millimeters, something like that. The butt end of the rod. It's a nice slim rod. It's yesteryear as well. Unbelievable. I've said that before though. I don't know if I've mentioned it. It's not my opinion either. It is what it is. Absolutely stunning, isn't it? It's like looking at an oil painting, isn't it? Look at that. Beautiful colour in the sky. Picks it up better on the camera than what you see. Looks grey and moody with a bit of blue in it, but on the camera looks blue and white. It's absolutely fantastic. Right, I'm going to bring the TF5050 in. I've only had to sit down for like a minute and no. Do you see that little one? My sniper rod. Well, it's an improvement for me anyhow. Last time I fished here, it was this same spot as well with Keith and Alfie, and I blanked. So it's looking like we might get fish number 2. I might quickly reel in the TF5050. If there's a fish on that sniper rod, it's on it. Didn't think I'd press record then. Heavy. Thought I had nothing on it. Bloody hopeless. I might stick 2 bits of squid on this, but I've got the worm enter. Looks like that bloody squid's going back home again. Right. At least there's no weed to talk about at all. I think I'm in there, isn't I? I have to check every time. I'm useless. Yeah. Go like that. And you keep me on the rods. Yeah, didn't want that trap. Right, 2 worms. Well, if I don't catch anything else, so be it. I'm chuffed to have caught the white, and things are going to pick up because it's getting to that time of year, isn't it? Right, we'll do another off the ground cast and pray that the bait stays on. Oh, yeah, bastard. Not many dog walkers. What are we looking at there? That's better. They stayed on. Chuff with that cast. Do you know what I've done? I put the line further onto my finger. I'm always worried that if it's right on my finger, it'll cut my bloody finger. But I've got a glove on, and people don't even use glove with mono, but I need to. Used a lot of fairy in the 70s, I did. Not saying I'm a fairy, I'm saying fairy washing up liquid. I think its tide's changed, I think it's going out. Bloody weird, this tide tonight. Absolutely weird. That went straight out and it's gone to the right. Now I've only got a 5-ounce weight on, perhaps I don't know, it's got a 6 that has. Worm stayed on as well, so that's good. But it just seems weird. It's like the middle of the river's running, but it's still coming in. I'm going to cast my sniper rod to the left now. Next one. All right, let's get this sniper rod in, because it went tappity tap 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 tap, didn't it? All right, let's get this. I put this hat on and I ain't getting too hot now. Well, that weren't heavy. But we're caught again. Caught ourselves a little whiting. Let's get him in the bucket. You'll have to listen to the commentary. I am unclipping the rod, the hook. Well, no, that light's on. Too whiting. Too hot with that on. Too whiting. Well, they're only small. I'm not saying they aren't. I'm not even boasting about it. But it's not a fluke now, is it? That's 2 fish caught. Isn't it? So let's get this unhooked, eh? Smaller than the last one, look. One whiting. It's in the water now. Now I've got to hoik him out. Mind you, I've got to get up first, and Jesus Christ, there we go again. Do you see that? Bloody ninja skills. you have to get up, and then you have to stand still to right yourself. I can't believe that's gone that far that way. I'm gonna cast right. I might have to reel that in, you know. Right, where's this fish? I'll tell you what, catching small little whiting is hard work. There you go. And I ain't bothered. Let's go get him back. He might grow into a 4 or 5 pounder, mightn't he, one day? If he's lucky and gets a good break. Right. Well, he ain't a floater. He's a winner! 2 fish, eh? Feels like a hollow victory, really. You know what I mean? I'm here on my own, no one here with me. It's bloody marvellous. And I caught 2 fish. That small that they'd get turned away by bird's eye. Gonna have to watch these rods, I'm a bit concerned. Might have to reel the TF 50-50 in a bit. Might just plump it short because there is no tide. Well, there is a bit of tide run, mind you. That went out far as well, and by far I mean 70 yards. I think that TF 50-50 then, that probably went about 80 yards if I'm lucky. It might have gone a bit further than that. It's certainly no bait come off. It's not moved much since it's not overtook the Vaselli anyhow, so I'm laughing. Next sniper rod I'm putting out to the left. We know there's whiting over there, don't we? Yeah. And we've had 2 whiting, so let's try over here, shall we? To the left. So we're going to try over here now. Whereas we've been catching whiting over here, we're going here, and hopefully we'll get a flatty. That's heavy. I wonder if it's got weed on it. I wonder if I cast it in and it got hold of a load of weed. Probably a 4-pound cod. I think I've caught this line, and it's heavy. Yeah. We got ourselves a dab and my line. I thought I was over it. Nice flounder. It was heavy. Mind you, I did bring the other line in. But never mind, let's get this in the bucket. And I never saw the tap. Let's get this in the air, go. 1 flounder, I think. We'll check it out. Got ourselves a flounder, but what I need to do is bring the other line rod in because it's slack now. So I need to bring it in before it gets caught all round the rocks. So, got new rods out now. Need to sort this out, don't I? Amateurish. Mind you, make this mistakes now before winter gets there. Debbie. Don't feel so heavy now though. Well, we caught a fish. Look at that monster. We caught another whiting. Right, quickly show you that. It's only small, same size as the other two, probably a bit bigger, might be a few centimetres big. I'll get that back. It's a winner! It's not a chicken dinner. Chicken dinner. I suppose if it dies and I hold it back out, I'll be able to eat it, won't I? Right, let's get this. Well, that's all right in the bucket. Let's get this rod out again, shall we? I'll bring you back in a minute. I'm gonna sort this out and cast it in the right bloody place. See you in a minute. I've baited up the Vercelli and I've got 2 lug on it. We've got some stuff going on around the tip again. That's because I pulled it out and it flipped up. So, oh bollocks! I ain't put the rig on ever. Yeah, great one, Vern. Talk about organised. Bloody idiot. That's got a 6-ounce weight on it. I thought it was. I ain't going to chuck this out far. I didn't chuck out far last time. I thought that weight had passed that one, but it hadn't. "60, 70 yards, 75 tops." Right, now we'll get this flounder unhooked. I better get some forceps just in case. Get the towel. See you in a minute. Let me get it on it. Right, 1 flounder. It was lip hooked. Didn't even have to go through the gills. But yeah, 1 flounder. Nice little fish. Biggest fish today. This is like a specimen. So I'm chuffed. Ooh, chuffed to bits really. But yeah. And away. Why did I say that? Because I was watching it the other night, that's why. That's their saying, isn't it? It's no one else's. Shouldn't do that, apart from the odd mistake. Right, and what I'll do with that fish, as that tide goes out, I will check that it's not nestled on the floor, because they do have an habit, believe it or not, of nestling down, then the tide buggers off. Right, I'll get this baited up, and that'll be the TF 50/50, and get it casted out. I've cast it dead straight out and it's gone to the right again. So I'm casting the other one upstream. And this time I'm just going to do an ordinary flick. Do like the rod, it's a cracking rod, ideal. But I ain't off grounding it this time, I'm just going to thump it out. It's quite a stiff rod, so I think it'll thump out okay. Yeah, I got my forceps out. To unhook it. And yeah, it was lip hooked, which that's quite a surprise really. For these lugworm are perfectly all right. I'm using the red ones because they look a little bit worse than the black ones. So the black ones, mind you, their gills are still out. So what I'm going to do is once it's fishing time is finished, whatever worms I've got left, I'm going to chuck in the river. I can't see the point of when people chuck bait in the bin. You might as well put it in the ecosystem. These have got two choices. They'll either go down onto the mud and winkle the way in, or they'll become food for the food chain. So that's the way I look at it. So that's baited up quick. Let's chuck that over there. Oh, nearly fell over. Where's my towel? It's over there. Pick these up before I lose them. I'll put them, in case I need them later, I'll put them on here. That'll be the forceps. Towel can go back over there. Got to sit on that, do I? Get this out. We'll stick you round there. There's a lot of this, that, the other going on here, isn't there? Yeah. We'll stick you out here. Let's have a look at that screen. Right. This is just going to be... Right, let's not do the same as you did last time, Bernard. Oh, for God's sake. Right, and put the bloody rig on the thing again, have I? At least I didn't pick the rod up and was... Right. At least it's not wrapped round the tip. We'll wind that up. And this is going to the right, and it's just a thump out. Although, I've caught out far on two rods. All the rods are caught. And no blank on this either. That's a nice rod. You see now this rod, you can overhead thump it. You can overhead thump it, whereas the 2500 M and LM, you can't really. Well, you can, you just can't feel nothing. Just wish someone hadn't gone like a corkscrew with the eyes, whoever put them on. Still, it'll do this year. It's not snapped off yet, has it? So it's not gonna. It's not gonna, is it? So, yeah, I'm enjoying that. And do you know, that's going again. Oh, it's a 5 ounce on there, isn't it? Mind you, the one with a 6 ounce on is going. It's quite a weird tide tonight. I've mentioned it. I know I've mentioned it. Don't like repeating myself. But yeah, I can't really even explain this water. I've never had a tide hair like this. If I cast out 70 plus yards, it's whipping to the left, to the right. Yet the tide has just turned. But half an hour ago, when the tide was still coming in, it was still whipping to the right, and it weren't the fish on it because they weren't that big. So I really can't explain it. Yet if you chuck it down there, there's nothing. And oh well, then that would be, wouldn't it? Because listen to yourself. Well, that isn't the case. You know, I've fished there many times, and this is the first time this is fished totally different, alien to what I've fished it before. So I think it's a 5'9" tide. I do like that TF 50/50. You can off the ground it. I expect you can pendulum it, because why wouldn't you? And you can thump it out and it goes. Like I say, some rods are designed for an off the ground cast or a pendulum, and that you can feel the overhead thump with that. It's quite a pokey rod. It is quite a pokey rod. It's got the same casting action. Well, I don't know. What do I know? To me, I can overhead thump my Kenzaki. I can off the ground it, and I expect when you can do it, or if someone can do it, you'd be able to pendulum it, which you can. And it's one of them rods. Whereas I've got other rods, I've got another bite. It's getting too hectic. Flipping hell, this will be fish number 5. And this bit of kitchen rail I got shoved in my ear, well, that's to stop the wind blowing in it. Not that there is any, but it'll be good for me to look back at, because I'll be able to say to the wife, that be Karen, pet, I'll be able to say, bloody hell, do you remember that era? And she'll go, oh, for God's sake. Yeah, you told me last week when we watched this video, and you're watching it again. You know, this is when I'm dribbling out the side of the mouth and I'm in a nappy, because I'm old. But hip is going to get sorted. My mate Mike is diamond. I'm hoping it'll all come off, but he said he's going to make an appointment with the doctor that did his hips and knees and his wife's hips. And that's so kind of you, Mike. I'm so chuffed, because I don't think I'd ever get round to it. I would do, because I kid you not, I'm at the point now where I'm thinking I need to get this done. But for Mike to do that for me, and then I get an appointment and I go see the doctor, I'm then in the system. So yeah, but you have to pay for it. So you pay a fee up first to see the doctor, and then hopefully there'll be something wrong with my hip and they'll work on it. So that's what I'm doing. So I haven't done it yet. Mike was going to do it on Tuesday, and then he said he was going to do it tomorrow, but I've said to him I'm going on holiday soon to Devon, and I would say by the time this video is out I would have been to Devon and back, and Mike will then ring up and make me an appointment, and then I'm in the system. And then hopefully, it won't be too long, whether it's a year or a year and a half, how bad I'll get I don't know, but then it'll be done, and then I shall be climbing down them cliffs on the Holderness. I shall also be going down the heads in the Lake District after walking the 1/4 mile to get there, because you can't drive to the top of the cliff anymore. And I'm going to fish all these marks that I really love, because you never know when the right hip's going to go, do you? And I'm going to have so much fun, it's going to be unbelievable. Might even stick a rucksack on my back and stick a rod in it and do a guide-do and go do some rock climbing to get to marks. You wait and see. So yeah, I'm chuffed with that. Thank you, Mike, for that as well. So it's ever so good. I was mothered too much as a child, and my mum always sorted, right, you're going, right. So Mike's took over for me. I think Mike looks quite good in the skirt as well. I went round to him today and he was working away in his shed and he had a frock on. He didn't. He had black overalls on. Oh. So yeah, so that's the update on the hip. Shall I reel this little tiny sniper rod in? It did go. Let's reel it in, because if it's a small little white and it'll just be sat on there, won't it? I hope it don't rain. It's don't forecast it. Now, bloody bait's gone now, hasn't it? Bait is gone. So, good job I reeled that in. I saw the boat while I was talking to you, and I thought, let's get that reeled in, because if there's a fish on it, it's not good for the fish. And two, you're not fishing if there's nothing on your hook, are you? But you know that, don't you? We are getting to the point of putting the new head torch on. The Wizard C2. We'll get that on. C2 what? Wizard C2 Pro or something, isn't it? Pro Max. I thought it was Pro Max, but I was just a bit too, well, is it or isn't it? Well, these baits are doing all right, aren't they? Yeah, wind's picked up a tiny bit. Oh, it's going to be terrible winter time, isn't it? Who likes fishing winter? I don't. I like catching the winter fish. Who bloody likes it? You must be mental if you like catching a cold. Had to get that between. I ain't got the bloody cat light on, have I? Go on, I'm an amateur. Got the bloody light on, have I? Right, I think I'm going to get some heavier weights out and remove these 5 ounces. I think I'll get some 6s out. I might even put a 7 on that one. I've got a 7 there. I've got a 6 there. That didn't work out right, did it? Right, I've got 2 weights there. Put this hat on again, I think. I need to put a battery in my pocket. I need to get sorted out, don't I? Yeah, so don't forecast rain. Don't forecast rain tonight at all. Yeah, that's all right. And you can turn it in the holder to put where you want. But reading about this light, the lens is toughened. I suppose a lot of them are, but this lens on here is toughened and it's optical or something, it says. Loads of light settings. More light settings than I can ever bloody think to use or master even. But people that are into torches and stuff, I mean, I'll just use the normal setting, which is the first clicking. Once you do that, you can then turn all this and put it onto advanced setting, and there's no end of light settings. You've got low setting to medium setting, and you can flick between the two, or you can go to the next setting, which is high setting and turbo setting, flick between the two. You've got a flasher, you've got, yeah, it's loads of settings, but getting off that to then go on to the first setting where it's just low, medium, high, and then you double click for turbo. Sometimes that's a bit difficult, but that's nothing to do with the torch, it's the operator. And believe you me, I read the instructions. I read the instructions and read them and sorted it out in the end. So, but it's not overly heavy. It's not heavy. I would have already shown all the functions and the stats of this torch by now. So this is just about fishing with it. And on my head now, I can't really feel. I can feel the elastic around my head, so I've got it tight, so it don't move. But I can't feel that I've got this thing hanging off my forehead. You have to hold the carriage to turn this, unless you take where's that bit of string? See, this is what's wrong with my fingers. You can take this off and then it turns a lot easier. Well, you still have to hold it, but we'll keep that on because I don't want it to fall on the floor. There's no knurling or anything on it. There's some ridges on it, but it's all smooth black paint. So right, I had a bite on that sniper rod then, but nothing materialized from it, which is a shame really. So so what have I had? I've had 3 whiting, haven't I? And a flounder. So that's 4 fish. Number 5 that I just talked to. See, the tide is still in. I'm hoping my hair's getting better, because it certainly feels better than it did yesterday. So hopefully, I'll make this sandwich now. Hopefully I can have the other one going on. Well, I'm happy as pig and shit really now. I've caught 4 fish. I ain't done that for a long time. Be nice to catch a cod, wouldn't it? But I think it's way too early yet. But never say never. They will be in that river now. But not in numbers, are they? But not in numbers. That cheese sandwich was nice. I'm sure you heard all that as well, didn't you? I didn't slap though. Quite pleasant actually, just sitting on this shoreline and just watching these rods. Now I'm not going to stop there like I do winter time, because you can catch a fish right on that edge where you've got minutes to get it unhooked and chuck it in the water, you know, and you've still got water between you. There's no mud, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Now I'm not doing that tonight. I've caught 4 fish, I'm quite happy. If it weren't so pleasant air, I'd probably pack up and go, which is totally unlike me, but that's down to me hip, really, you know. That's down to me hip. Keep my neck warm. It's not cold, but there is a chill in the air, so I need to do this because I've left it late and I've just remembered, and that's bad of me really, isn't it? I was so comfy on that box. See my barra? Well, this is my metal barra I've had for ages, you know what it is. But can you see I've bent the handle? Well, that's all about the hypotenuse, to try and get more weight over the axle so that I've got less weight in my hand, and it has worked. It still feels heavy, but it's not as heavy as it used to be. So I bent that, and I bought these wheels. Now you know what these wheels are, but you see that blue bit there? Well, my mate Stephen Woodhouse, also known as Woody, I rung him up because when I was talking to Woody on the pair, I've got to get down there because my hip, because it's painful here. When I was talking on the pair, on Galston Pair, if you remember the video, go check it out if you haven't. He said to me, yeah, he's got a lathe. And I thought, ah. And I ordered them wheels, and I was racking my head. And the bloke I used to get to do all my turn, and he's sold the business now and sold to someone else. And I rung Woody up and said, can you make some bushes, Woody, if I send you the dimensions? Yeah, of course I can. Absolutely fantastic. Not only did he make them for me the next week, I got them by the Wednesday, I think. He bloody posted them and paid the postage. So thanks, Woody, for that. It's changed the barra. I need to use it a bit more, pulling it along, so I can work out exactly what. But it does feel lighter since I bent the handle forward. Because now, to tip it up, you don't have to tip it and have it all the way down, do you? It's better. I think it's better. Well, it is, because I just pulled it on there. But those tyres, they bounce. So they're like little shock absorbers. And it pulled along there perfectly all right. It wasn't a slog. But I couldn't have done it without Woody. So give us a thumbs up for Woody. That's it. This video needs a thumbs up for Woody, and drop it in the comments. Thank you, Woody. If you've got this far in the video, then yeah, stick it in there. Poof. Thank you, Woody. And I mean that, Woody. Thanks a lot, mate, because I would have got round it, but I would have put a steel pipe through, and I had a steel pipe to put through, but I wanted to use my stainless steel shaft, and with bushes it'll wear a lot better. On the steel pipe that I would have used, it would have worn the wheels away. So thanks a lot, mate. We got a bite. We got a bite. Got to turn all the bloody lights on. It's heavy now. It's heavy now. Look at that bend. Bloody hell, that is heavy. Jesus, wet. You know what I'm thinking this is, don't you? Jesus Christ, what is it? It's heavy, all right. My God. Jesus Christ! I've only caught a cod! put you down there. Go on, my girl. Please let go of the hook. It's only caught in your mouth. Look at that! I ain't got my bloody tape measure. Out of the way. Come here, my girl. You gotta come here. Quick measure. Quick measure. What a stonker! We'll put that there. Sorry, Mike. We'll put that there. Right. Got another fish. One in its mouth. So that's 46 and there. 46 and 22. Right. What? I can't put that. Well, that's a blank sorted now, isn't it? Here we go. I want to get that back quick. That needs to survive. So I'm now going to put that back. Look at that for a... What a booty. What an absolute stonker. One cod. Let's get that back. Well, this cod is being a pain. I've been here ages with it, trying to get it to come round. Water on the lens now. Sorry about this, I've got to clean the lens. It's flickering. Its gills have just started to move. But it's getting that bent in the tail. Look, can you see that bit in the tail where it's overly bent? And I've swum off once. I've been with this for ages now. I'd be devastated if my first cod of the year bloody dies. I'll be absolutely gutted. Keep moving it about. Swum off once and then I thought brilliant, and I was jumping up and down with joy. Its gills are actually moving now. Its gills weren't moving before. I don't know why, because it weren't out of the water that long. I've measured them and weighed them before. I don't know if he's going to make it, even though he's got this movement. I had this before at the river with a fish. He's been in here now probably 10-15 minutes, if not 20. I don't want him to float out if he's going to die, because it's a waste. And I feel really bad as well. I'm not going to cry on it, but I just feel bad. It's my first cod of the year. Caught on October the 12th. So that ain't the first cod of the year, this is my second cod. I caught one the second day into summer. So I've already had a summer cod, and now I've caught an autumn one. I expect that weighs probably about 4.5 pounds, might be a bit more. I just don't think he's going to make it, or she, which is such a shame. I even held its gills open and did this to get the oxygen in. I think he wants to, but I don't think he's capable. I don't understand it. It was lip hooked. I couldn't get the hook out of the lip. It was in the thick part of the lip. And he coughed up another white. I've got 2 whiting in my bucket. That's 7 fish now, and I've caught an autumn cod. He ain't gonna make it, is he? Because if he was gonna make it, he'd swim, wouldn't he? I think something's happened to him. I don't know what. I think everything is functioning, but he's just not going to make it. Christ almighty, sickening. Absolutely sickening. Right, well, there's nothing I can do then, is there? I think he's got nerves going, his fin is going, his mouth's opening, but his gills aren't really moving much, are they? His gills aren't moving much, you see. It's just doing the motions into it, and if I pick him up, he flicks about. I think it's the nerves. I think he's gonna have to come let me turn you off and I shall try some more with it. Right, let's get these out. They're still in there. This one here needs to come off the hook. So we've got 2 more whiting. I'm gonna go get these back. Well, I'm afraid to say that cod didn't make it. I've been down there on that shoreline. You've seen what I was doing for over 20 minutes now. I had it in there upright, holding it upright for about 3 or 4 minutes. So I'm absolutely gutted. Here we go again, Verns videos where he's always gutted. I haven't been fishing. I don't know if I've got fish on there because I've been looking after Mr. Cod. He is over 60 centimetres. I'm going to measure him properly in a minute. I've had to knock him on the head. I phoned John Spalton up, explained everything the fish was doing, and he said knock it on its head, put it out of its misery. So I've done that. Every time he picked it up it flicked, but I think it's all to do with nerves. I mean, I can't understand why that has happened because I lip hooked the fish. Now, I did struggle getting the hook out, but if it was a minute getting the hook out, that was it. And then I put it down, measured it quick, chucked the whiting in there because another whiting coughed out of its belly and it was still alive. I think I had 2 whiting on there and that bloody cod grabbed hold of it, and I think that is a cod. I'm going to weigh it in a minute. I've got scales. I'm going to weigh it. Yeah, I'm gutted, because if you remember, if you go back from my videos to where I caught a cod in summertime, I was so lucky to get that cod in summertime. Summertime cod are the hardest things to catch, unless you live up the northeast, then it's a doddle. But I caught one in summer, and I've now got an autumn cod, because we're still in autumn until December the 21st when winter starts. But the summer one died, and now my first autumn one has died. I mean, I'm going to be codded out soon, so that's going to have to be done. I'm going to have to get a cod out of the freezer and eat it so I can get that in. And I might fillet it tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to be eating cod for a few days, I think. Very nice too. So, what do you do? I'm really gutted. Those two whiting have gone back. I've just put the two whiting back, and they I can't remember what I was saying now. They just disappeared. I've got two rods on there. I don't know whether to reel them in. The tide has gone out so far. It's now 7:10, but now's the time to catch cod, isn't it? This is the time. You know what happened last year, don't you? I've hit that fish on the head. I'm gonna measure him and weigh him. Just jarred off. Why lip hooked cod? Why did it die? I mean, if it was hooked in its belly, now the way I am now, if it was not going back like it wasn't, I'd have hit it on the head ages ago. But because it was in the lip, I just don't understand why it died. Perhaps cod are more fickle than bloody whiting. Oh, I was scared. Well, I wasn't scared. I was frightened I didn't press record on the button. But I did. I've got the reeling in of the fish because I watched back the footage and have got it. But I will check it still when I get home. Quickly, let's have a look at this light, shall we? So this is on one click. That's on low. So we'll go over here, you can see it perhaps. Got it in the wrong hand. That's on low. There. You wouldn't see that, but medium, high. So that's high. I've turned the light off on the camera now. So that's on high. And then turbo. That's turbo. So it gives a good stretch, doesn't it? Down. Lights all that up. Out to sea. Well, I can see down to the shore and probably 10, 15, 20 metres out. But it's not a spotlight, it is a floodlight only. But yeah, you can see that, I'm sure. So yeah, that's the head torch. Low, medium, high, low, medium, high, turbo. Low, medium. Right, let's get these rods sorted. Let's reel another one in, shall we? And I might just put one rod out now. Bit gutted. These things happen. I just can't explain it. I just don't understand it at all. That's what my issue is. I don't understand why it died. Do you know what I mean? Right, let's get this reeled in. Got my line all around my feet. I rushed everything. The only thing I struggled with was unhooking it. I think I'll put that away and just chuck out the Ziplex, I reckon. That's what I think I'll do. Getting all tangled up there. Right, well, I'm now going to measure that fish and weigh it, and I'll bring you back and show you it. But it's in the 60s. It's in the 60s, so it's looking like it's a cod. The only thing that might stop it from being a cod is that its belly's empty because it coughed up one of the whiting. I've cast that again, baited up just with lugworm. Took the shine off it really for me, but I mean I'm chuffed to bits. But I nearly went after 4 fish. I spoke to Karen on the phone, and that'd be the wife. And I was saying I could come home now. I've caught. Hip was hurting a bit. It's not so hurting so much now. But yeah, I just don't understand why that fish died. It's just took a bit of shine off it. But hey, we've caught a cod in summer. We've caught a cod in autumn. Is it going to be the same as last year? I don't know. I probably shan't catch cod each time, because when you're as good as me, it does get a bit boring. Do you know what I mean? Now, look, for me to fish here, it's easy. I'm 45 minutes to 50 minutes away. It's my closest mark. I can get some bait, and I'm not putting my hip through loads of pressure and stuff, walking on sand and stuff. This is a bit better. And I don't move far really, and I sit down a lot. So I've got to do what's best for me. So please, if I do fish here a lot, please just realise that a lot of it's my hip, because I'd love to be fishing some rock marks through winter, catching cod in those places as well. But I can't, because I just can't do it. I'm not physically not able to. So I'm gonna measure this cod and weigh it, and I'll bring you back in a bit. Right, I'm filming this because I may not have got it on video, but I'm sure I have. This fish is my personal best. I know it's for this little one. I will check it when I get home. I really didn't think I'd get a cod, but it is 65 centimeters long. My longest cod that I've ever had is 64 centimeters, and this weighs 6 pounds 6 ounces. So it's over 5 pounds, and it is a cod. Now let me just see if I can get my pictures up. There you go. Can't see it, can you? It says 6 pounds 6 ounce. So I've got a picture. I'll ask Tom to put it up on it. I'm not hanging it. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll put it on, we'll put it in the bag and weigh it. I'm not putting it in the scales like people do. And it's brutal, a bit brutal, isn't it? I know it's dead. I didn't want it to die. Well, you still ain't going to see it, are you? Ounces. £6, 8 ounces. Let me get it on the off a blue screen. That ain't gonna work. But it is £6, 6 ounces. I'll get Tom to put the picture that I've taken of the scales into the video. I'll give him that picture. So, but yeah, well, I've had a summer cod, and I've had a summer cod, and I've also had an autumn cod. I haven't had any codling yet. I'm just catching cod. Yeah, if someone can put in the comments why it died, please don't say that it took you a minute to get the hook out, because I see people with fish out for ages and I'm cringing. So there is a reason. I don't know what it is. Perhaps the fish wasn't a strong one and it was out of its thing and it just had could have had a heart attack. I don't know. You might laugh at that, but I don't know. But yeah, if you can put it in the comments. Don't call me brutal and whatever, because you know I like to look after my fish. I chucked the whiting straight in the bucket and they were perfectly alright and went back. The cod, for me to put the whiting in there, took 10 seconds. I shoo the cod to the camera. I don't know. I'm hoping you got it all, but you've seen the fish. I'm not going on about it anymore because I've knocked it on the head and I'm going to eat it. So, but I don't want any more to die this year because I don't want to eat anymore. I've got plenty. Right, let's get this sniper rod in. It took the shine off it really for me. It took the shine off the session. Oh dear, struggling a bit in my hip now. Been on my feet a lot. But there you go. Nothing on that. I'll get that put away now. What do I do about my bait? Do I chuck it? Do I chuck it or do I keep it and use it at the weekend? Oh, I'm gutted. Been enjoyable though. What we've had 5 white and a flounder, and 5 white and a flounder, and we've had so we have had 5 white and a flounder and the cod, and it is a cod, £6, 6 ounce. Absolutely brilliant. I don't need this hat on though. Well, it's gone cold now. Well, this light, it's okay. It's really good. I will use it. it lights up all of this perfectly. That's on high setting, and you can see everything around the box, bait, weights that are lying about. You know, you can see everything. And then you've got the turbo mode, which is this mode here. Now it does get hot on turbo mode, but you can see that that's pretty bright. Tide has gone out. I don't know what to do about the worms. I think I'm gonna keep them. I think I'm gonna keep them because I could go fishing Saturday. Tomorrow, Friday, the 13th of all days, it's gonna rain. There's people coming down there with head torches on now. So I don't know who they are because it's dark. So I'm going to turn this off and see what happens. If you don't ever hear from me again, I'm down there somewhere, probably in a ditch. See you in a bit. Right, let's get this last rod in. Can you actually see? That's better. Yeah. Right, let's get this reel done. I'm tired now. Nothing on this. This is the whiting. So this is the Wizard light, the Wizard C2 Pro Max. Very happy with it. It's fantastic for fishing and you're lighting up the area. So if you're a bass fisherman, it'd be quite good because you could have it low and it lights up the area perfect. But there's no spotlight on it like some. So what will happen then, once you put the spotlight on, people say it scares the fish away. I've not known it, but then I blank loads anyhow, so possibly it could do, couldn't it? Just check us filming. So yeah, Tom will cut that bit out, make it look professional. So yeah, happy with this lamp. Fantastic for fishing around here and not lighting the water up. Trouble is with me, I like seeing out at sea, and that's the one thing. But really happy with the light. Fits okay, feels comfortable, doesn't feel heavy, and getting used to the switch. So yeah, you'll see me wear this in the next video as well. Possibly that might be a longer video as well, so you'll see me wear this again. Very happy with it. If you're interested in this light, there is a code. It's Verns Fishing. If you go on Army Tech site and put in Verns Fishing, there'll be a discount code there. I can't remember what it is, whether it's 10 or 15%, but whatever the discount is, that's what it is. So if you put that code in, Verns Fishing, you can purchase this light a bit cheap. What a session. A sad session, but what a session. It's been brilliant. After 9 blanks, which is probably a personal best for me, in some beautiful places fishing as well, on some cracking tides, 9 blanks. I come here and I catch 5 whiting, 1 flounder and a cod. The cod weighs 6 pounds 6 ounces, and I'm chuffed to bits, but I'm also sad because I always like to see all my fish go back. And like I say, put it in the comments if you know why that died, whether it saw my face and just keeled over, whether it smelt me and keeled over. Just let me know. It was lip hooked in the top hook, through its lip, through the fat bit as well, which was quite annoying because it was hard to get out. Minute to get it out, 10 seconds for the fish. You know, it was out of the water for probably 3 or 4 minutes, if that, and then it won't go back. But that's enough of that. For those that have got this far in the video, I've caught a summer cod, and I've also caught an autumn cod. So it's brilliant, because the summer cod was over £5. I think it was £5 9 ounce or something. I can't remember exactly. It'll be in one of the videos. And I've caught an autumn cod. I hope you've got this far in the video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's not too traumatic seeing the fish in the water, but I was doing my utmost best for 20 minutes at least, trying to get that fish to go. John said, put it out of his misery. I put it out of his misery. But it's been an enjoyable day. It's been no wind like this all day. It's been a couple of puffs and I thought, oh, here it come, but it never has. It's been absolutely fantastic. The lugworm I've put in my water. I'm giving them a drink, and then I'm going to hoink them out and put them back in the paper, change the paper at home, and hopefully that'll spruce them up a bit, ready for weekend. Because why not? You know, there's only a few there. I ain't going to really populate the River Humber with it. And the other thing is, with doing that, all that business with the cod, the water's gone out. Too far for me to walk on. So thank you for watching. I'm sorry for that waffling on. I'm just explaining what's happened in the video. You know what I'm like. So thanks for watching. Click subscribe and all that crap. And if you don't want to, thank you for the view. But I've said all that, haven't I? I think I'm waffling on because... Don't play the music yet, Tom. Don't play the music yet. I think I'm waffling on because of the... yeah, such a brilliant session, really. Come here and achieved everything I could ever wish for. You could wish for more fish, but I've wished, you know, you all want to catch a cod, don't you? And the date is, to confirm, is Thursday the 12th of October, and it's 7:54 now. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Next time you see me, it will be here, and it'll be Saturday, which is 2 days time. So I look forward to seeing you in that video. Like I say, I'm off on a trip soon. You'll see where that is shortly. I will be going in about a week and a half, so you won't see that. So there will be a gap, and I will be in some different places that I hope that you enjoy watching. And keep giving us a thumbs up as well. I'm going. I'll see you in on. I've only caught a cod.